Brilliance Audio presents Chasing Fire by Nora Roberts, performed by Rebecca Lohman. Caught in the crosshairs of wind above the bitter roots, the jump ship fought to find its stream. Fire boiling over the land jabbed its fist up through towers of smoke as if trying for a knockout punch. From her seat, Rowan Tripp angled to watch a seriously pissed-off Mother Nature's big show. In minutes, she'd be inside it, enclosed in the mad world of searing heat, leaping flames, choking smoke. She'd wage war with shovel and saw, grit and guile, a war she didn't intend to lose. Her stomach bounced along with the plane, a sensation she'd taught herself to ignore. She'd flown all of her life, and had fought wildfires every season since her 18th birthday. For the last half of those 8 years, she'd jumped fire. She'd studied, trained, bled, and burned, outwilled pain and exhaustion to become a Zuli, a Missoula smoke jumper. She stretched out her long legs as best she could for a moment, rolled her shoulders under her pack to keep them loose. Beside her, her jump partner watched as she did. His fingers did a fast tap dance on his thighs. "She looks mean." "We're meaner." He shot her a fast, toothy grin. "Bet your ass." Nerves. She could all but feel them riding along his skin. Near the end of his first season, Rowan thought, and Jim Brainerd needed to pump himself up before a jump. Some always would, she decided, while others caught short cat naps to bank sleep against the heavy withdrawals to come. She was first jump on this load, and Jim would be right behind her. If he needed a little juice, she'd supply it. "Kick her ass, more like. It's the first real bitch we've jumped in a week." She gave him an easy elbow jab. "Weren't you the one who kept saying the season was done?" He tapped those busy fingers on his thighs to some inner rhythm. "Nah, that was Matt," he insisted, grin still wide as he deflected the claim onto his brother. "That's what you get with a couple Nebraska farm boys. Don't you have a hot date tomorrow night?" "My dates are always hot." She couldn't argue, as she'd seen Jim snag women like rainbow trout any time the unit had pulled a night off to kick it up in town. He'd hit on her, she remembered, about 2 short seconds after he'd arrived on base. Still, he'd been good-natured about her shutdown. She'd implemented a firm policy against dating within the unit. Otherwise, she might have been tempted. He had that open, innocent face, offset by the quick grin and the gleam in the eye. For fun, she thought. For a careless pop of the cork out of the lust bottle. For serious, even if she'd been looking for serious, he'd never do the trick. Though they were the same age, he was just too young, too fresh off the farm, and maybe just a little too sweet under the thin layer of green that hadn't burned off quite yet. "Which girl's going to bed sad and lonely if you're still dancing with the dragon?" she asked him. "Lucille." "That's the little one, with the giggle." His fingers tapped on his knee. "She does more than giggle." "You're a dog, Romeo." He tipped back his head, let out a series of sharp barks that made her laugh. "Make sure Dolly doesn't find out you're out howling," she commented. She knew, everyone knew, he'd been banging one of the base cooks like a drum all season. "I can handle Dolly."